Hello, today we will be delving into the very frustrating process of checking your valve clearances on the KTM RC390. This must be done fairly often and can get very expensive, so it helps to know how to do it yourself. Let's get started. You're going to need some sort of knife, some zip ties, maybe some pliers. You're going to need a magnet in case you drop something. You'll of course need your bike key. You'll need the smallest Allen wrench in your toolkit as well as a smaller one. You'll need your smallest wrench from your toolkit, the screwdriver from your toolkit, a socket wrench with an extension and a 10 as well as an 11mm socket. You'll also need some feeler gauges and this other weird tool that you should have received in your toolkit. To start, you're going to want to remove the side fairings, taking out these two screws right here with your Allen wrench. Then you're going to want to take out these two right up here. There are 3 pop rivets in the front you'll have to take out, and to take those out, you simply push the very middle of the rivet with your Allen wrench or anything really, and the middle will pop right out. To put it back together, you're just going to pop the middle part right back in, and it's as simple as that. There should be 6 of these total. Now just give your fairing a quick tug and it should come right off. Don't forget to disconnect the connection for your blinker underneath there. Then you're going to pull the little tab that's underneath your seat, and that'll pop off the battery cover up front. Then you're going to want to take out this screw and pop it over these 2 things, and then there's a little screw in the back you'll want to take off. Then you're going to undo all of the little Allen head screws up top, lift out your gas cap assembly, and do that on both sides, and the plastic will just pop right off of your tank. Now there are 2 weird bolts up front inside the battery box tray you're going to want to take out. The battery box tray is really hard to take off completely, so I just kind of maneuvered it out of the way for the valve check, and it worked perfectly for me. This is the tank when you take it off. There are 4, I believe, hoses and connections you have to undo to take the tank completely off, and it's pretty self-explanatory when you get under there. Try not to leak gas all over the place like I did. These 2 connections will need to be undone, and they just plug in right here and right here. There's a rubber grommet covering the entirety of the engine after you take the tank off, and it is stubborn to take out, and it doesn't really do much, so I just cut mine out, and I kind of put it back in there a little bit, but not really. After you can see the top of your engine, there are 4 10mm bolts you're going to have to take out. Pop that spark plug boot out of there. If you go around to the right side, you pop off this little electric wiring box, and that's going to allow you to see your gears to get them to top dead center. And to do that, you're going to go around to the other side and take your weird tool from your toolkit. You're going to pop off the cover. You're going to want to put something underneath it because you're going to gradually lose oil out of that little hole after you take the cover out. Then you're just going to put your weird little tool in there, and it should pop right onto a bolt inside there. Put your screwdriver through the holes and twist it. This will allow you to cycle the engine. You're going to have to get it to top dead center. There are 2 little T's on the camshaft gears, and just go around to the other side after moving it around and make sure those are facing straight up. After you do that, you take your feeler gauges, and you can see where your little valves are under there. There are little nodes that hit the valves to close them, and they just put pressure on them and take the pressure off to open them. You're going to slide your feeler gauge right underneath those, and your valve clearances should pop up on the screen right here. Exhaust valves are towards the front of the bike, and intake valves are towards the rear of the bike. Just check all of them, make sure they're in spec. You want to feel just a little bit of drag when you stick that feeler gauge underneath there. My valves were a little tight, but they were all still within spec, so I didn't have to take the camshafts out and adjust the shimming on the valves, so that won't be shown in this video. Altogether, this took me about 5 hours to complete, believe it or not. Hopefully this video will speed it along for you and it'll give you the confidence to do your own valve check. It's not hard at all, it's just time consuming when you don't have a manual telling you exactly what bolts to undo and what to put where. But I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it very helpful. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe and comment if you will. I reply to all comments. Any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.